The next concept is business and operational aspects. So in that we have two concepts, service level agreement and pricing, right? So service level agreement, it's a contract between the cloud provider and the user. Okay, so when as a user I am going to pay some rental to the cloud provider, right? We do make an agreement. Basically in lab when you are working, we are not doing any agreement because we are doing a basic thing. But if I am also an organization, let's say I am also company A, okay, and I want to use AWS, right? So in that case, since I am going to depend for lot of things on AWS, and it is for longer duration, and I am going to use lot of services. For that I should do one agreement with the AWS, because I am going to host my application here, I am going to store my data here, and I am going to expect a lot of computation facility from the cloud provider. So in such case we have to make an agreement, because I am doing a business. I am going to launch an application which is a business application. It means revenue is involved in that. In such case I should not blindly believe AWS, I should make an agreement with them, right? So SLA is a bond for performance negotiated between the cloud services provider and the client, right? So the agreement happens at different levels: customer based SLA, service based SLA, and multi-level SLA, right? Customer based SLA means like for me as an organization or as a user, I am having some agreement with them. Let's say NIT Trichy wants to have one SLA or agreement with the cloud provider, right? The second one is service based SLA, where there are a lot of services in the cloud. Okay, in the cloud provider has lot of different types of services, so it's an agreement between the services. Storage department will have an agreement with the compute department that you have to provide these facilities and I will be providing this much facilities. That is service based SLA. And the third one is multi-level SLA. Multi-level SLA means I as an organization, I am contacting to one cloud provider. Okay, this cloud provider is dependent on somebody else for some other services. Cloud provider does not have all those facilities which I am requesting, but you don't want to lose this client, you don't want to lose the money. So in back end he is doing one agreement with somebody else for some kind of services. So this is multi-level SLA. So it can happen at different levels, right? So basically SLA contains mostly it contains data related to quality of service parameters. Okay, they talk in terms of service parameters, right? Something like availability, the uptime, the latency or the response time, service components reliability, right? Accountability and warranties. So the agreement is about all these things which are mostly related to the quality of service. Means performance should be very good, availability should be very high, the response time should be very good, right? And the rental should be properly calculated. All that things will be discussed in the SLA. Okay, and both the parties have to follow that. What if they don't follow? Okay, what if the provider fails to meet the agreed performance level? In that case, in the SLA it will be also mentioned that discount or refund for the services not delivered as promised will be given. Some discount will be given in the rental or some refund will be given if the SLA has not been met. Also sometimes right to terminate the agreement without penalty. I may stop using AWS because he has failed to do that or provide me the services. So we can also terminate. But we always talk about a very major challenge with the cloud provider, that is vendor lock-in. Though I mentioned that point that I will be terminating immediately at any point of time, it is highly impossible because my application has been nicely adopted and the users are nicely using the application. At this point of time, if I want to migrate the cloud from one provider to the other provider, it is a very, very challenging task and it involves a lot of cost. So we cannot do that, right? So there is a problem called as vendor lock-in. You are locked, you cannot shift easily. Okay, so this is about SLA, basically an agreement between the provider and the user, right? Then the next one was the pricing models. Okay, this is very, very important. We have a lot of different pricing models, and as usual we know the very most usually and the currently used one is pay as you go. You don't pay any rental initially, you use your services. Once you use it, later we will charge you, we will give you the rent. That use now, pay later scheme. Pay as you go. Use as much as you want and pay only for what you have used, not for everything. Right? Then the second strategy is reserved instances. We may have in the cloud provider, we may have some instances or some services which are reserved for you. Only you can use it, nobody else can use it. Okay, it is like your house rental. Okay, so you are living in a rental house, right? It is reserved for you. Whether you are staying every day or not, it is reserved for you. Right? So there are reserved instances where we have to pay fixed rental. Okay, the third one is spot instanted. It is like hotels. You go to any new place, you just on the spot you can book one hotel, stay there for 2 days. After that you are moving somewhere else, you can go somewhere else. So on spot you need some services, you can get that also. This is one other pricing model scheme in the cloud. Then we have subscription based. So something like we take a subscription of Hotstar or some Netflix platforms, right? So it is based on subscription. So you will pay the rental first or the subscription fees, and you enjoy all the services. Another one is free. So like we are getting in lab the free model, up to some limit it is free, later it is charged. Then we have hybrid. Hybrid means you are initially you are paying some amount, later upon usage you are paying more money. Let's say you will deposit some 1,000 rupees initially, later upon usage you will have to pay some extra money, right? And the finally tiered one, right? So tiered means tier 1, tier 2, like that you can have different tiers. This is mostly for big organizations. Okay, so the pricing will be, if you are choosing tier 1 you get all these facilities. If you are choosing tier 2 you get all these facilities, and its rental is fixed 10k, this is 35k, this is 15k, like that it will have different amounts. So if you are choosing any one tier, you will get all these services and you have to pay this much money. Basically cloud is not this costly, it should be in hundreds only, right? So these are different pricing models what we have in the cloud. Okay, but the most recent or the current thing what is happening is pay as you go. So this is about the business and operational aspects of cloud computing. In that we talk about SLA and the pricing models.